You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
You're listening to the Information Man Show. We're gonna tell the truth over here.
Tell the truth.
Truth. Pure truth. Yes. You may not know how this is BS3 Network.
Information is power.
I'm gonna tell the truth whether you like it or not.
Tell the truth.
I'm gonna tell the truth whether you like it or not. This ain't no YouTube channel where you hear a bunch of BS. You're gonna hear truth. Yes.
Tell the truth.
If you don't like truth, this is not the place for you. Yes.
Tell the truth.
Information Man Show. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. That's what we're all about over here. To the critics. To my critics, you can kiss my you know what.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
We're gonna tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
The best way we can tell that truth every 1, 2, 3, 4. The Information Man Show. Yeah. I got something for you.
Tell the truth.
It's truth, baby. Yeah.
Tell the information is power.
What's up, everybody? This is the Information Man Show. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's do a little bit of a test. Let me know if you can hear me nice and clear by putting 7s in the chat room. I've decided to make these Wednesday night Tell the Truth on Wednesday nights. So I will be broadcasting on Wednesday nights, middle of the week, and getting into various different topics. Of course, you know I usually go live on Sundays, bigger crowd on Sundays, but I think Wednesday night Telling the Truth is the best way to go.
Tell the truth.
If you can hear me, put some 7s in the chat room. Let me know if the sound is fine. I hope there's no static or any, reverb sound or any kind of funny vibration sound. Just let me know as we're getting ready to get started here. And let me send out one of my tweets. There we go. And we're going to get this thing going because I don't want to hold everybody all night. I know it's late across the country for some people. I want to say shout out to everybody in Atlanta, Georgia, Dallas, New York, California, Chicago, Chi-Town. The reason why I'm naming these cities, because when I look at my analytics in my YouTube channel analytics, it shows me where I get the largest viewership. I get a lot of viewership from people back east and south part of the country, the Midwest part of the country. I want to thank you, Detroit, a lot of these different parts of the country, cities and states and what have you, and I really appreciate that. What I want to do Some of you have probably heard about Steven Reed. Let me put right here below me, right here, Steven Reed. And better yet, I'll just let it take over the screen altogether like that. So he's running for re-election, ladies and gentlemen. And he, 3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, there was a videotape that was leaked where he was saying some disparaging things about black people as it relates to votes and how many votes he'll get, whether it be white folks or black folks. And he made some really, and he was cussing up a storm like a drunken sailor. This man was going on about, I don't have to do a damn thing to work. I don't have to do no work systematically, and I'm going to be fine. And guess what? I will always get 38 to 45% of the white vote. So we got a man that maybe have a little bit of a raccoon disease in him, maybe. Oh, I can get that 30 to 38 to 45% of the white vote. If I get 30 to 45% of the white vote, I don't need the effing black vote. Oh my God. And you see him there taking a photograph. He's a mayor of Montgomery, Alabama, everybody. He is actually the first mayor. Let me correct that. He's a mayor of Montgomery, Alabama, and he is the first black man to be elected mayor of Montgomery, Alabama. And that's the heart of the civil rights movement. Rosa Parks, the whole 9 yards, not giving up her seat because she was thinking about what happened to Emmett Till. That's why she didn't want to give up her seat. Many people don't know that history. Not because her legs were tired or she was tired, because she was angry about what happened to Emmett Till. So this man right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell the truth.
This man right here is the mayor of Montgomery, Alabama, but he got himself caught up in a pickle with running his mouth, talking cheesy about people in the community, but particularly saying how he don't really need the black vote. All he got to do is get the white vote. He got that in hand and bag. You ask yourself tonight, Infoman, why are you doing this video? It's a waste of time. We know politicians don't do anything but give us technology. Politics is politricks, right? We know that. It's politricks. And we know that just the same, ladies and gentlemen. We know that politicians will lie, cheat, steal, tell on their grandmother. We know that in politricks, there is no permanent friends, there's no permanent enemies, just permanent interests, right?
Tell the truth.
So these politicians do whatever, but the problem is we have to deal with these politicians because a lot of times they deal with the money, they deal with certain things that we have a right to because we are taxpayers in this devilish beast of a system. It's the game, the unlucky game that we've been given, politics in America. Now we can say, hey, our political game is better than other countries where you have no freedom of speech. You have no the ability to pick your own candidate. That's another lie, ladies and gentlemen. See, we don't pick these political candidates. They're simply selected for us, and then they get put before us, and they say, hey, choose who you want. Choose the worser of the two evils. Do you? Right here, I present to you a Democrat or a Democrat who will screw you with the Vaseline. Or you have candidate number 2 over here, who is a Republican who will screw you without Vaseline. I wouldn't lie to you, folks. So a lot of times black folks, we get into voting for these Democrat candidates, black politicians who we think have our best interests in mind. And a lot of times, folks, they don't have our best interests in mind. I want to thank everybody that's here tonight. I really appreciate you all. Clap to you. A lot of times these politicians don't have our best interests in mind. So we think, hey, if you get a black politician, the first black this, the first black that, we gonna be okay. Now, let me give you some history to go right on memory lane. And let me thank everybody that's here in that chat room, because you all are fantastic for coming over this late of a night. For some of you, for those of you in the West Coast, it's not too late. But thank you for coming over in here. We got DOD. DOD, I'm so glad to see you, brother. I want to say shout out to a Question Everything. He came in the chat room earlier and said, what's up? That brother's a brilliant brother. We're going to be doing some collaborations very soon, folks. The brother is incredible. So thank you for coming in the chat room. He's a businessman and he's about the truth. Okay.
Tell the truth.
Empress Goddess, GA, which is Brother Frazier, another Gmail, Jill's Chocolate Boutique. There he is, the real Question Everything. Thank you for coming over, brother. Because I do believe in supporting brothers that are here as content creators that are telling you the truth, breaking things down. And I definitely have a lot of respect for that brother right there. And I had a chance firsthand to watch his channel the other day, this week. He was on his channel. He was going live and he was showing his property. He's got land. He's got houses that are being built on the land that he's going to turn into an Airbnb or whatever they call that. He's going to make money. He's a businessman. And he's saying, hey, people on YouTube talk about it, but are they really about it? Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
He's about it, folks. I saw evidence firsthand. He'll be on the channel soon. We'll talk. We'll chop it up. But let me get at this right now. Let me give you a little bit of history, if some of you may not remember this history or not. When we talk about black mayors, people think, okay, we got black mayors, we got black people in the politic game. That means that black people are going to get liberation. And guess what? We're in the 21st century, the year 2023. We're no more liberated than we were coming out of... Look, the year 2017 marked the 50th anniversary. So in 2017, that marked the 50th anniversary of the election of the first black mayor of a big United States city. In 1967, Carl Stokes, do you remember Carl Stokes? Was elected mayor of Cleveland. That's the first black man in America to be elected mayor of a city. And then you had Richard Hatchard, the second black man who was elected mayor of Gary, Indiana. That's where the Jackson Fives come from. The following year, Kenneth Gibson was elected mayor of Newark, New Jersey, Newark. Excuse my tongue tie here. In 1970, of the 100 largest cities in the country, 39 have elected black mayors. And I got to ask you all, what have black people, put it in the chat room, what have we gotten out of all the black mayors or those black mayors that we've had? Now, I got to be honest with you. My favorite, and he had some problems, was Marion Barry of D.C. One of the reasons why, because he was grassroots. He came from the streets of D.C. He got people jobs. He helped people in the community, which is why they were so forgiving to him when he had his issues with the drugs. And of course, you know, he was set up in that hotel with that hooker. You know, they set him up because he had a strong mayor abilities. Then they stripped the strong mayor abilities of the mayor of D.C. They tried to discredit him, the whole nine yards. Now, he had some issues, but he was doing more for black folks. He had a black agenda, and they said, we got to knock him out of the box. What can we do to Marion Barry? Oh, Marion Barry has a drug problem. Get him out of here. Do something to get him in trouble. Discredit him to his people, and they will be through with him. And then, no, we weren't, because we were loyal to him because he was still about the people. Even though he didn't mind stuffing his pockets a little bit like all these politicians do. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
100 of the largest cities in the United States have 39 black mayors. In 2018, 57.1% of black mayors served in cities with over 40,000 in population that did not have a black majority population. Now, the population in Montgomery, Alabama, since this mayor says he didn't need black people, and I got the evidence, folks, you're going to see the videos. Black population, the race in Montgomery, Alabama. This is the latest statistics up to 2019. I wish they had the 2022. Black people at 61.3%. Hispanics at 3.9%. 2+ race, 1.7%, whatever the hell that is. American Indian at 0.1%. Whites are at 30.5%, and Asians at 2.9%, and others at 0.1%. What the hell is others? They never tell you what the hell is others. Let me say peace, much love to Big Dog Philly OG, Empress Goddess. I see you, misunderstood. Last call. Naps is in the house. Thank you for being here. So this man says he don't need or didn't need the black vote, yet the majority of the population that makes up Montgomery, Alabama is black people at 61%. What is he talking about? He needs the black vote to win. What is this Negro?
The truth.
What is this Negro talking about? You're going to hear the court record. I'm going to play him. Oh, hang on, folks, to your seats. I want to ask everybody before I begin to show you the evidence, and he's going to make excuses for why what happened to him, and I'm going to play that for you. But before we get started with that, I want everybody in the chat room to take a vote. If you think that black mayors, now don't get me wrong, there have been some black mayors. You had Chicago, Oakland, California. You've had a few in there like Marion Barry, who did some things that were good for black people. But when you look at overall black politics as it relates to black people becoming mayors, and you look at where we are today, having these black mayors, has it really done anything to make black people's quality of life better, since they say that politics is always local and the mayor would represent that local government?
Tell the truth.
Can you tell me by putting a 1 in the chat room if you think all these black mayors that we've had over the years, has it made a difference for black people in general? If you think that it's made a difference for black people in general, put a 7 in the chat room if you dare. If you think that it has not benefited black people, put a 1 if you dare. 1 if you think it has not benefited us long term, and 7 if you think these black mayors that we've had, that I just read off the history, have been beneficial to black people overall. And of course, we've got the Marion Barrys and a few people here and there that did some really good things. Of course, we did have a black mayor who burned black people, the MOVE operation, the MOVE group in Philadelphia, by listening to his slave master, or his white nationalist governor in Philadelphia. And it was a Negro who took those orders and let those folks burn the MOVE group. Let's take a vote. Empress Goddess says 1. So 1 if you don't think it's done a damn thing, and 7 if you think it has. So we got Empress Goddess says 1, DOD says 1, Don't Think says 1, okay. Jill's Chocolate says 1, Baba says 1. Don't think. Information man in chat, peace to you. Don't think. Jill's chat. It's just a lot of great people in the chat room, man. So it looks like people feel like it hasn't been solid for us. Thank you. Just Alicia is in the house from Chicago, Chi-Town. It has not been beneficial to us overall. When I say overall, I'm basing it based on where black people still are right now. Now, for example, just Alicia, you're from Chicago. I don't know how you feel about Lori Lightfoot, but check this out. You know this better than I do because you're on the ground down there. She didn't get reelected because, and I think, what is it? It's been 40 years in Chicago that an incumbent mayor does not get reelected. You know why she didn't get reelected? Because she failed to serve the needs and the wants and the concerns of the black people. Now, from all statistical data in Chicago, she got a good number of black votes, more than any other candidate. But she didn't get enough black votes to get her over the top because there were a lot of black people who were through with her, finished with her, kaput, didn't want her. And I got to be honest, over her tenure, if you really look at it honestly, she really didn't do the things that she should have done for her black community. And black people in Chicago's numbers are starting to go down, just Alicia. I don't know last time you checked it, but black people numbers are starting to go down as other groups are coming in. And you had Woodlawn. I did that video about Woodlawn where she allowed those migrants to come in there into that building when the community, a black community in Woodlawn, said they didn't want them. They had board meetings about this. The board lied to them. The board was playing games with them, saying, oh, we're sorry we didn't tell you what our plans were. And they told Lightfoot, we're not going to vote for you if you do this. We've been taught a bill of goods, ladies and gentlemen, that these black mayors are going to be in the best interest of black people in these urban settings. And I'm here to tell you that these suckers get in office and they take us for granted. And it's always these damn Democrats. It's always these damn Democrats. Republican Klan's not that better, not that much better either. Let's go to Exhibit A. I got to get to it. Let you see what I'm talking about. The whole thing's a damn shame.
Tell the truth.
We're going to get to Exhibit A. I thank you all for being here. God, this man, I don't know what to say. He's running for re-election. Now, one of the things he's trying to say is that it was doctored up, that the whole thing was someone took a recording that he wasn't aware of and they sort of doctored it up. Let's see what you all think about this, whether you think this was doctored up. I want everyone to be honest tonight and let me know what you think as I get ready to play this. And here comes the first clip.
I can come smile. I don't fucking have to do no goddamn work. Okay? I don't have to do no work systemically, and I'm going to be fine. And guess what? I will always get 38 to 45% of the white vote. If I get 30 to 45% of the white vote, I don't fucking have to damn get the black vote I got this past election. I'll fucking win. You got a black city? That's great. You can have all black everything. And guess what? You won't have green nothing. The white money thinks that you are looking after their shit, they will take their shit to Prattville, they will take their shit to Pike Road, and you won't have shit. Don't ask me, I can come smile. I don't fucking have to do no goddamn work. Okay? I don't have to do no work systemically, and I'm gonna be fine. And guess what? I will always get.
Right there, he says, I will always get 38 to 45% of the white vote. The white man's ice is colder than the black man's ice. We get these Negro raccoon politicians that we vote for, that they come among us after they get elected, take pictures with us, right? Make us think that they're down with us. And we know that black women are a big backbone of the Democratic Party, right? Because black women voted for Joe Biden 93%, black men voted for him 83% when he got elected. The same Joe Biden that said, if you don't vote for him, then you ain't black. Now he's sitting up there photoshopping with the sisters right there, but deep down inside, he knows he don't need our vote, according to his arrogant ass. Now, he says this is all doctored up. I didn't say this. No, he didn't say this. He says he's being extorted. Now, so you see right there, let's hear the rest.
38 to 45% of the white vote. If I get 30 to 45% of the white vote, I don't fucking have to damn get.
Right there. If I get, what is this man saying? If he says, if I get 38 to 45% of the white vote, I don't fucking have to damn get the black vote. So why would you marginalize your own people? This doesn't make any sense. If black people make up 61.3%, ladies and gentlemen, of the population, and white people only make up 30.5% of the white vote of the population, why wouldn't the black vote be his most important when black people make up the largest percentage of the population within the community that he is mayor of, and that is Montgomery, Alabama? We're talking the civil rights movement where it got its heartbeat. Tell the truth. No, tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
So what is he really talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, put a 7 in the chat room if you feel that what he said was obviously disrespectful.
You got a black city, that's great. You can have all black everything.
He says you got a black city, and that's great. You can have all black everything. This is how these politicians really talk their talk behind closed doors. And then when they get on TV, they're smiling like this, right? Smiling, confront. And this ain't just about trying to throw a black man under the bus. All these politicians do it, white, black, and otherwise. I don't care. They're all about permanent interests. No permanent enemies, no permanent friends, but only permanent interests. That's the truth.
Tell the truth.
Those are facts. I want you all to hear that again. That part, that portion.
You got a black city, that's great. You can have all black everything. And guess what? You won't have green nothing. Yeah.
Check this out. You can have all black everything. That's at 61% of the black vote in Montgomery, Alabama. You won't have green. You won't have nothing if you don't have white people. You see what he's saying? He's saying that even though I can get the black vote, but I don't really need the damn black vote. If I don't get that 30 to 38 to 45% of the white vote, it don't matter how black the community is, because we got to get that white green. You see the thinking? Play that again.
You got a black city, that's great. You can have all black everything. And guess what? You won't have green nothing. Yeah, the white money thinks that you are looking after their shit, they will take their shit.
He's talking about that white money, that they're going to look after their shit. They'll take their shit. Now now I can tell you the truth. He may be saying some things about how white people in Montgomery, Alabama operate within politics. It may be true what he's saying about how the white community operates with their money, but I just thought that it was a lowball thing to do at the expense of black people who you need their vote just as much. You would need their vote just as much because they make up a larger percentage of the population. Let's hear that again.
Yeah, white money thinks that you are looking after their shit. They will take their shit to Prattville. They will take their shit to Pike Road, and you won't have shit.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know DOD was asking, does he have a white wife or what have you? No, brother, if you go online and look at it, and out of respect, I didn't want to put up his pictures of him with his kids and his wife, just out of respect, because I don't want to, it's about him. It ain't really about his wife or his kids. His wife is black. He has two, sons. And I didn't want to put that up because it's really not about them. They're not of any blame in this situation, but he has a black family. And it just strikes me as how I think this is just, maybe I'm out on a limb here, ladies and gentlemen. I think that he is operating and saying things that probably a lot of your politicians, black, white, or otherwise, how they think, and particularly your black politicians. And then my hypothesis tonight is that we wonder why things don't get done. We wonder why black people can't get the things that we need. We wonder why, when we're even under black leadership, that we're still getting excuses. And they're not working in our behalf. They're shucking and jiving because they're focused on white society. Even though these politicians they'll stand before us and get on TV and say that word that I do not like, and that is people of color, social justice issues. People of color is a red herring. Don't use that term. That's a political term to be able to say we ain't going to directly talk about what we're going to do for black people. Let's just throw everybody on that bus together. Let me play the next. This is the news clip. Now, he said that he was being extorted, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I'm being extorted by someone. You're going to hear someone on this news clip, a brother who was at the meeting when he was talking like that. Check this news clip out, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, right now. Let's get that news clip up and running.
My child says he was there when the mayor went on the profanity-laced rant. He says a group of community activists were meeting with the mayor following the death of George Floyd to discuss keeping the peace in the capital city. Lee said the group thought they were meeting with the mayor about how to improve the city. Instead, he says they felt insulted.
And the mayor said, man, I don't got to do nothing. I don't got to do nothing. I'm always get 30, 80, 45% of the white vote, and I don't never need the black vote. To nothing but we ain't nothing but black voters. So it's like, you telling us to our face you don't need nothing.
I asked Lee if this audio is from nearly 3 years ago, why did they wait until now to release it? He said everyone involved in the meeting with Mayor Reed made a pact to not release it until they all gave the green light to put it out to the public. Sally Pitts, WSFA 12 News.
The release of those recordings comes just months before this summer's municipal election, in which the mayor is running for re-election. You can listen to the recordings on the WSFA 12 News app. As we told you at 6, we asked the mayor's office for a response, and we just heard from the mayor a few minutes ago. He said in part, quote, "This clip has been heavily edited and features carefully selected sound bites of my voice. The conversation was recorded without my knowledge or consent by the community member almost 3 years ago." The mayor goes on to say, quote, "During this meeting, it became abundantly clear to me that this individual sought personal financial gain during a time of crisis in our city, state, and country. You have my word that no one in my administration will ever give in to a shakedown or extortion," end quote. You can read the mayor's full statement on the WSFA 12 News app.
As the community reacts to the newly leaked audio, so are Montgomery City leaders. Some say they are shocked, while others are denouncing the remarks. WSFA 12 News reporter Brady Talbert is joining us live from the Montgomery City Hall. And Brady, what have you learned today?
Hey, Val, I reached out to every single Montgomery City Council member. Some of them didn't even pick up the phone. Others tell me they're speechless.
We're all shocked. We're just like eyeballs wide open and can't believe what, you know, what we saw and what we heard.
Councilman Brantley Lyons is still processing that allegedly leaked audio of Montgomery Mayor Steven Reed discussing black voters.
I will always get 38 to 45% of the white vote. If I get 30 to 45% of the white vote, I don't have to get the black vote I got this past election.
Lyons says people have been texting him that video. He stresses the city council does not stand behind it.
We certainly don't agree with any of those comments that were made.
Other city leaders are also speaking out. Councilman Ed Grimes says, "I am shocked, deeply concerned, and incredibly disheartened." Councilman Clay McKenna says community members are rightfully concerned, adding, "In the interest of maintaining the public trust, I strongly urge our mayor and his office to offer a swift and direct explanation." Anyone who heard the recording knows there were several cuts in that audio. I asked Lyons if he believes it could have been edited out of context.
I don't know. I mean, I just look at, was that his voice? Were those his statements? And I don't know.
Certainly a lot of unanswered questions tonight. I also asked Councilman Lyons if he believes this will be a topic of discussion at tomorrow night's city council meeting. He says, "You never know." We'll keep you posted.
All right, thanks a lot, Brady. Again, we reached out to every city council member. Some did not respond. Others had no comment. The next city council meeting is tomorrow at 5 p.m. The mayor says he will meet with the...
Tell the truth.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching that. What are your thoughts in the chat room? Before I go, now I have a video where he's going to give his explanation as to why he said what he had to say. Basically, making the excuse that someone is trying to extort him. I want you all to hear this right now. Let's go ahead and let you hear that, his explanation for this whole situation. I want to say to you, yes, we live in a time where people can edit video that you say out of your mouth. They can take maybe things out of context. Yes, people can probably extort you and say, "Hey, if you don't give me money or do this or do that, I'm going to release this video." The brother that you saw on the news clip said that they decided not to release it when it first happened. All that could be true. Maybe he could be getting extorted. If you think he's being extorted legitimately, this is what we're gonna do. Let's play before you take a vote. Let's just hear what he has to say, because there's always two sides to a story. There's the truth. There's the lie. There's the lie. There's the embellishment, and there's the truth somewhere in that middle. Let's go ahead and hear what he has to say.
Being here today is not because of a doctored or manipulated audio clip. Being here today is because of an extortion attempt on the mayor of this city by a man by the name of Charles Lee. He is the owner and founder of That's My Dog and That's My Child. His extortion attempt during the George Floyd aftermath, I was one of the most despicable and disgusting acts of cowardice that I've ever heard of, much less been a part of. And I'm confident once the people of this city get the context of some of this audio, it will not only show that I've been doing my job, but why I've been doing it with the passion of which I carry on. The doctored recording was made, and the meeting happened that some of you may have heard before I went into the middle of the George Floyd protests, where we had asked for the community to come out to show our understanding of the frustration of where many cities and communities were at that time. However, it would not be until sometime later that we would learn that there was an audio recording which I never knew about at the time. And at that time, Mr. Lee again asked for money in exchange for destroying the tape. Now, as an officer of the court for almost 7 years, I know what that is. And I'll be willing to testify under oath to what exactly happened, not only that day, but in subsequent days when this tape was shopped to many outlets, and it was shopped for sale as a way to extort this city. And the
Ladies and gentlemen, if you notice something that I find interesting, do you notice that he never denied, he has never denied in that statement that he gives, he's saying the tapes have been cut and sliced and diced. Okay. He's saying someone's trying to extort me out of money or extort something from me. But one of the things that I noticed, ladies and gentlemen, that he never denied making the damn statements.
Tell the truth.
He never denied making the statements. See, he's not saying, if you notice, he's never saying that that's not me on the video. He's not saying that I didn't say those words. He's simply saying it's somebody trying to make him look bad and somebody trying to extort him. But he never addresses the real elephant in the room. The real elephant in the room, which is Mayor Steven Reed. You are the first black mayor, and I'm getting sick of the first this, the first that. We're in the 21st century, and we're still talking about the first this and that. Makes you realize that we haven't really made that much progress in certain areas of government as you think. Although black people we have black politicians, we have black people moving into that, but we're in the 21st century and we still have to say the word first, this, first, that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, hit a 7 in the chat room if you feel me on this point, that if you feel me on this point only, that it's very strange that Steven Reed does not deny that it's his voice. Obviously because he can't, but he doesn't deny that he said those things. Only someone's trying to railroad me. You get what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying, put a 7 in the chat room, get those algorithms moving. I appreciate that. I'm going to look at your messages in just a moment and pull them up on the screen, but let's go back and hear this. I'm going to move it up a little bit and go like that.
And I'll be willing to testify under oath to what exactly happened, not only that day, but in subsequent days when this tape was shopped to many outlets, and it was shopped for sale as a way to extort this city and the mayor of this city. I talked with elected officials, and I talked with other civic leaders who asked me not to move forward because of the good they thought he might be doing in the community.
This is what's the problem, ladies and gentlemen, with this whole situation. He wouldn't be in this mess if he wasn't on, if he wasn't talking greasy. There's a thing in the media how can I say this? When you are a public official, a politician, or someone important, or anyone, and you're in a room, you have to act as if every mic, they call it a hot mic. If you're in a position that he's in, you can't afford to be talking greasy in a room with people when there could be any hot mic open. When people have cell phones where they can record what you're saying, or they can record you on video or record your audio. Why he says he's being extorted because he's doing so much good work, it shows you he's not a seasoned politician. Because you should have known I'm in a room. Anybody could be recording what I'm saying. He never denied that he did not say those words about not needing black people's vote. He never denied all the cheesy things that he was saying right here.
I don't fucking have to do no goddamn work. Okay? I don't have to do no work systemically, and I'm gonna be fine. And guess what? I will always get 38 to 45% of the white vote. If I get 30 to 45% of the white vote, I don't fucking have to damn get the black vote I got this past election. I'll fucking win. You got a black city, that's great. You can have all black everything. And guess what? You won't have green nothing. The white money thinks that you are looking after their shit, they will take their shit to Prattville, they will take their shit to Pike Road, and you won't have shit.
You get what I'm saying, everybody? If you hear what I'm saying, put a 7 in the chat room. Why would he be in a room, talk like that in a greasy way, and not have the common damn sense to know somebody could be recording me, somebody could be videotaping me, somebody could be watching in this room looking to do me in? You got to show better critical thinking skills than that, Steven Reed. That's why you're in this mess, and you're using the extortion, which hasn't been proven yet, as an excuse for the fact that you said some words that were very disrespectful to the 61% of black voters in Montgomery, Alabama, while only 30% of the population is made up of white folks who, you said yourself, they've got the money, so I've got a SOS to the white folks. I get it, they've got the money. But he never denied that he didn't say those words.
To many outlets, and it was shopped for sale as a way to extort this city and the mayor of this city. I talked with elected officials, and I talked with other civic leaders who asked me not to move forward because of the good they thought he might be doing in the community. Well, I think that looking at it now, we can see that probably was not the right step to take. They had been fooled like many others in the community, and they didn't know that they were dealing with a hustler, a shyster, and a liar. And that's who many have been dealing with when it comes to Charles Lee.
Tell the truth.
Excuse me there. This is the thing. Let's take a vote right now. How many of you in the chat room are buying what he's saying? If you're buying what he's saying, put a 7. If you're not buying what he's saying, put a 1. Once again, yes, you can have people extort you, try to get you in trouble. As a politician, you're a public figure, so you got to watch what you say, who you're saying things around. It's not like you're in your office at the city hall and you're locked in there with your inner circle where you can see who's got what in their hands, videotapes. You can say, hey, don't bring those videos, don't bring those cell phones in here. I don't want nothing being recorded because this is confidential, what I'm about to tell you all. He's sorry for getting himself caught. Everybody in the chat room from DOD, let's do a little closer examination of folks in the chat room here. A little bit closer examination. Let me see here. Just Alicia says 1. Good. Thank you for your vote. We got Empress. We got Empress Goddess says politicians are the biggest criminals. I can't deny that. Jill's Chocolate Boutique says absolutely not 1. We got Back to the Basics in the house. Thank you for being here. Let's click you in here. She says 111. We got Last Call. Last Call, thank you for being here. Last Call is not feeling it either. Another Gmail, thank you for coming over. DOD, always good to see you, brother. Make sure y'all check out his Black News channel. Keep putting your foot on keep putting your foot on the necks of people who, you know, not moving in a righteous path, brother. No, not that. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
G Daddy Media, Sports Media. What's going on, man? Thank you for coming over and giving a lookie. Let's go to Big Dog Philly OG. What is he saying here? Like, share, and please subscribe. Yeah.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to
we
his
all
channel.
would appreciate that. Then we got Brother Ted, says Brother Ted, but I couldn't care less about what he quickly whispered to his friends. We should care about whether his policies were good. That's a good point. We should find out whether his policies are good. But I can tell you right now, black people in Montgomery, Alabama are not happy with him. He's up for re-election. If he doesn't get re-elected, excuse me, then they'll tell you everything you need to know about his policy. I can tell you right now, the white folks are probably not going to vote for him because he threw them in there too with some of his stuff that he was saying. But from what I understand on the ground, black folks are not very happy with Steven Reed, these statements. And you're right about policies, but I just sat up here and said that we've had tons of black mayors and black people we still don't have a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out of. Think about all the black mayors we've had. Look, man. Look, sir, I'm being respectful to you. We got 100 of the largest cities in the country. 39 have had elected black mayors. In 2018, 57.1% of black mayors served in cities that had a population over 40,000 that did not have a black majority population. So we have black mayors that have served cities where they weren't an all black population. We have mayors that have served cities that have a black population. And the question I want to ask you, Brother Ted, what is the predicament that black people are in today, particularly in these black cities, these urban settings, where we still are suffering from a lack of generational wealth, economics, education is all screwed up. That's why black people are pulling their kids out of public schools more than anybody and doing homeschooling. I'll be talking about that issue. We still have issues where black people are suffering and dealing with a lot of disparities in a lot of these cities in some of these cities where you have some black mayors. And we've had black mayors over the years. You can look at Chicago, who just had a black mayor. I believe they had Lori, I think Beetlejuice or Lori Lightfoot. I'm sorry. Not Beetlejuice. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't be disrespectful. Lori Lightfoot is the first incumbent mayor of a major Chicago city. Over 40 years, the incumbent has never lost. She lost because black people became disenchanted with her. Now, she said it was because she's a woman and she's black. All of a sudden, she wants to pull that card. But when black people were asking her to do certain things in Chicago, just Alicia, you know what I'm talking about. Where was she? What about that black woman that was a social worker and those police busted into her home and were exposing her naked body? And she was like, what's going on? And they had the wrong apartment. And when she complained to the mayor's office, this mayor right here, who's no longer mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, didn't believe that black woman. I did a video on it. It was all over the YouTube streets. Didn't believe her until they showed the body cam video that proved that she was right about what they did to her. And then the police in Chicago, the corrupt police in Chicago, allegedly tried to mess around with that video to distort it a little bit. And then that's when Lori Lightfoot came out and started getting teary-eyed about, oh, I'm sorry about what happened to her. But you didn't believe her, Mayor, or the cries of black people in Woodlawn. She's not the only one. We've had other black mayors that get in office and they forget who put their rumps in the damn seat. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
I'm not saying all black mayors, women and men. There's certainly some that have done some great things. I named one, Marion Barry. Of course, he had his demons. He had his problems. Yet Earl Washington of Chicago, people touted him as great. There's been some that have been outstanding. But after all these years of having black mayors of these cities and black people being in bad conditions, where has it gotten us if these mayors are not on code, don't have a black agenda, and they're talking greasy like this man behind the curtains about how they don't really need us, black people, you see?
Don't ask me. I can come smile. I don't fucking have to do no goddamn work. Okay? I don't have to do no work systemically, and I'm gonna be fine. And guess what? I will always get 38 to 45% of the white vote.
The key thing, you say, well, what about his policies? He just said out of his own mouth, I don't have to do no work. I'll just get it. I'll get it and I'll get it. I'll get this vote. I'll get that vote. And damn it, I don't even need the black vote. The hell with the black vote. That tells you everything you need to know about his true character. You say, what are his policies? And I say, I'm looking at the man's character. Character in principle tells you everything you need to know. And the black folks are not happy with these events out of his mouth. Let me show you something else.
From the mayor a few minutes ago. He said in part, quote, "This clip has been heavily edited and features carefully selected sound bites of my voice. The conversation was recorded without my knowledge or consent by the community member almost 3 years ago."
Okay.
The mayor goes on to say, quote, "During this meeting, it became abundantly clear to me that this individual sought personal financial gain during a time of crisis in our city, state, and country. You have my word that no one in my administration will ever give in to a shakedown or extortion," end quote. You can read the mayor's full statement on the WSFA 12 News app.
As the community reacts to the newly leaked audio, so are Montgomery City leaders. Some say they are shocked, while others are denouncing.
Now, I want to show you what this guy said. Because the thing, there we go. That's what I want you to hear. Right there. Check this out. Listen to this.
The mayor about how to improve the city. Instead, he says they felt
That's the guy he's talking
And the
about.
mayor said, man, I don't got to do nothing. I mean, I don't got to do nothing. I'm always get 30, 80, 45% of the white vote, and I don't never need the black vote. To nothing but, we ain't nothing but black voters. So it's like, you telling us to our face you don't need nothing.
I asked Lee if this audio is from nearly 3 years ago, why did they wait until now to release it? He said everyone involved in the meeting with Mayor Reed made a pact to not release it until they all gave the green light to put it out to the public.
Tell the truth.
Now, that's the guy that he's claiming is extorting him. This is the question again I want you to hear. I want you to recognize. He never denied that he did not say those words. He simply said, oh, they edit this and that. But he did say the words, and it was his voice. And as I said before, he has to be dumb and dumber to be a politician and to speak like that where there's, when he knows people got camera phones and they've got recording devices on their phone. You have to be a dumb MF. You have to be.
Tell the truth.
You would have to be. Let's go back in the chat room and get more thoughts. Thank you, Jill's Chocolate. She said exactly. This is my point. It shows that he has a level of really poor maturity as a newly mayor. Someone in his circle should have said, we can't say certain things around the audience from the community. He wants to talk that way. He better talk that way behind closed doors. And as for the policies that you speak of, look, even if his policies are good for the people, okay, I don't take that away from him. But the fact that he thinks about black people or thinks about our people like that. Now, he says some greasy things about the white folks. That's going to be on them to take up whatever they didn't like about what he said about them. That's on them. I'm focusing on how he was talking about black folks, since black folks make up the larger percent of the population of Montgomery, Alabama. And he's acting like he didn't need their vote when, in fact, yes, he does. When you look at the numbers. We got OG Patrice in the house saying, when will black people wake up and smell the coffee brewing? Facts. Thank you. Becky Roster says all of these city mayors are just, including the black female of San Francisco, California. They're all puppets. Yeah. I agree. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some black folks out there in politics. You know, we know politics is politricks. There are some black folks out there that's trying to do for us, but of course we never hear about them. Their message gets suppressed. They're not on any news networks being asked to speak about issues because they're too black and too strong.
Tell the truth.
Like, share, and subscribe. What's going on, Big Dog Philly OG? And RY, so good to see you over here. So good to see you over here always. DOD says peace to RY. And then let me see what Back to the Basics is saying. I'm looking for people who have messages here. Empress, that's what my mother would say. Okay, fantastic. And it looks like I've got a super chat. Thank you for that super chat. We got $5 from. It was at the very moment you realize politicians, regardless of the party, care more about power than uplift. Yeah, it is about power. You're absolutely right. Casanova, you're very right. You're very right. And as a result of you giving me the super chat, I want to give you a clap.
Thank you for the super chat.
And here we go.
Thank you for the super chat.
Time to run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Time to run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it up. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Time to run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Tell
All right, let's go back to the chat room. And thank you again. Casanova said this. Of course, I used to be a regular at the O'Shea Duke Jackson live streams, but he ended up banning me or one of his mods for no reason. Interesting. I don't remember that. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Let me see what Brother Ted said. He said, this is controversy, but I'll be happy if the black vote was split 50-50 between Democrats and Republicans. That's the only way we're ever, we'll see what happens. A lot of us are stuck over there on that Democratic train, but then this is the thing. Both these political parties have no plan for black people. The Democrats are focused on migrants and immigrants and people of color and everybody else. And when we ask for what we need, they treat us like a stepchild. The Republicans, you ask them what their political plan is. The Republicans don't want to talk policy. They just want to talk philosophy. They want to argue their opinions and their philosophy, but they never offer you policy. But they'll find policy when it comes to enriching the rich and the corporations. And Democrats are not too far from that either. Let's see. As I get ready to end the stream pretty soon here, I agree with everything you're saying. Back to the basics says this right here. Democrats and Republicans are two sides of the same bird. Yeah, same coin. Two sides of the same coin. Absolutely. Let me ask just at least something here. Now, they said that Lori Lightfoot, out of all the candidates that ran, she did get a good percentage of black votes, but she didn't get enough black votes in Chicago. And ultimately, she lost because there were a lot of people that were still disenchanted with her. Is that true or is that not true? Because you live in Chicago. I'm just curious to know what your thoughts are. What's going on, Defining? What's going on? What's good? Thank you for being here. Give you a clap. Let's see. Casanova says that always delivered empty promises. Okay. And Casanova says too many politicians are too good. Let me see. Too many politicians are too good Okay, here comes I'm waiting for this one. Yes, that's what I heard on the news. And hey, look, just so you know, I listen to WVON almost every day, Just Alicia's, every day. And I'm learning Chicago politics because I listen to WVON, I listen to Perry and the whole gang over there. And every day I'm hearing what's going on in Chicago. So I'm getting me some good Chicago intel listening to WVON. WVON is their historical black radio broadcast in Chicago. You can listen to it online, everybody. If you put WVON, you can listen to them. They have a whole lineup of people who speak from the morning into the evening and night. And you get, not only they talk about what's happening national, but you also get some insight into what's going on in Chicago. Great radio station. And let me see here. So everybody, I think I'm going to get ready to wrap this all up tonight. This is what I had to present to you. This is my thing. Let's take a vote here. My premise is this, simply this, that if you're a politician, this is not just politician, any of us, always be aware of your surroundings and what you're saying and how it can be used against you. But the bottom line is, those were his words. I'm playing this video. It's clearly his voice. I played this video tonight where he's explaining himself, right? And it's clearly his voice. Let's do a voice comparison. Let's listen to this.
Being here today is not because of a doctored or manipulated audio clip. Being here today is because of an extortion attempt on the mayor of this city by a man by the name of Charles Lee. He is the owner and founder of That's My Dog and That's My Child.
Now, listen.
I can come smile. I don't have to do no goddamn work. Right? I don't have to do no work systemically, and I'm going to be fine. And guess what? I will always get 38 to 45% of the white vote. If I get
His extortion attempt during the George Floyd
Let's do a
aftermath,
compare
of
his
the most
voice.
despicable and disgusting acts of cowardice that I've ever heard of, much less been a part of.
I don't fucking have to damn get the black vote I got this past election. I'm fucking win.
We're going to see, do you think that's his voice on both audio?
You have all black everything, and guess what? You won't have green nothing. The white money thinks that you are looking after their shit. They will take their shit to Prattville. They will take their shit to Pike Road, and you won't have shit.
So he basically saying if white folks take their money to Pack Road, some community in Alabama or in Montgomery, Alabama, that without that white money, you don't get shit. Which in turn is the reason why he felt like, I don't need the black vote because black folks ain't going to bring nothing to the table. Maybe that's what he's thinking. But when you hear his voice, let's listen again, and we're going to compare it to the other video.
And I'm confident once the people of this city get the context of some of this audio, it will not only show that I've been doing my job, but why I've been doing it with the passion of which I carry on.
I always get 38 to 45% of the white vote. If I get 30 to 45% of the white vote, I don't fucking have to damn get the black vote I got this past election. I'm fucking win. You got a black city, that's great. You can have all black everything, and guess what? You won't have green nothing. White.
So basically, he's telling you straight up, folks, if you can have an all black city. This speaks to his character, but this also speaks to the dirty environment that politics is steeped in. This is politics. It's nasty. It's dirty. He says you can have a complete black everything city, but if you don't get that white money, that white vote, which he already claimed that he got it in the bag, 45 to 35%, 38%, 45%. So damn it, I don't need a damn black vote. But you can have an all black city. That don't mean nothing if you don't get that white vote and that white money, because they'll take it to Park Road. That's what he said. That's his damn voice. There's no doubt about it. Let you hear that again before we get out of here.
You got a black city, that's great. You can have all black everything, and guess what? You won't have green nothing. The white money thinks that you are looking after their shit. They will take their shit to Prattville. They will take their shit to Pike Road, and you won't have shit.
The doctor recording was made, and the meeting happened that some of you may have heard before I went into the middle of the George Floyd protests, where we had asked for the community to come out to show our understanding of the frustration of where many cities and communities were at that time. However, it would not be until sometime later that we would learn that there was an audio recording of which I never knew about at the time.
Tell the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you this question before we end this. Put a 7 in the chat room, a 7, if you believe that is his voice on those audios. And they also reported this in the news, in the community. Do you believe that those are that's his voice, the same voice that you're hearing right here?
At that time, Mr. Lee again asked for money in exchange for destroying the tape. Now, as an officer of the court for almost 7 years, I know what that is.
Don't ask me, I can come smile. I don't fucking have to do no goddamn work. Okay? I don't have to do no work systemically.
He says systemically, he don't have to do no damn work. Is that the voice? Put a 7 if you believe that's his voice.
Willing to testify under oath to what exactly happened, not only that day, but in subsequent days.
Tell the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I get ready to end this, do you believe, okay, it seems like everybody is putting a 7. So everyone in the chat room so far believes that that's his voice. This is what I want to say. Because I think I've been very measured in my stream tonight. I'm not calling him out of his name. Look, this young mayor, this brother might be doing some great things in Alabama. He may be doing some great things for black people. His policies, as the brother said earlier, Brother Ted, he may have some good policies. But put a 1 in the chat room if you feel that he should still give black people an apology. These black people here who voted for him. I'm sure he got a lot of black women in Alabama who voted for him because black women vote heavily Democratic, and he is a Democratic candidate, or he was a Democratic candidate when he ran for mayor the first time as the first black mayor of Montgomery, Alabama, and he is also looking to be reelected. You see right here on his reelection poster. Do you think he owes the black community an apology for saying what he said? Do you think he should publicly give black folks an apology? He's focusing on saying that this is a distortion attempt by Mr. Lee, who was on that news report that I showed you. But should he, if he wants to get reelected, he needs to still admit that what he said out of his mouth was not the appropriate thing to say, especially in an open forum where someone can have a recorder to record his behind. If you think that I'm right about what I'm saying, put a 1 in the chat room. Should he apologize to black people? Should he come out publicly and say, okay, I feel like I'm being extorted by this guy Lee, but I still shouldn't have said those things, to allow someone like Lee, allegedly, who he's claiming is extorting him, to record me in the first place like that. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Put a 1 if y'all get them algorithms turning, because I appreciate y'all. I really do. Because this guy Lee, which I'm going to show you one more time,
get 30, 80, 45% of the white vote, and I don't never need the black vote. To nothing but, we ain't nothing but black voters. So
he's saying that this brother right here is doing nothing more than an extortion attempt at trying to extort him. But what he never says is, what is he extorting you for? Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get my analysis tonight. What is the extortion that he's trying to get out of you? Brother Steven Reed, what is the extortion? Does he want money? Does he want a position in your cabinet? Either I just can't hear, but let me play this just a little bit, because I'm not going to bore you all tonight. I just want to know, what did this man right here to your right, who he's accusing as using the audio against him, what does this brother want from your administration? Does he tell us? Let's see.
Being here today is not because of a doctored or manipulated audio clip. Being here today is because of an extortion attempt on the mayor of this city by a man by the name of Charles Lee. He is the owner and founder of That's My Dog and That's My Child.
Get 30, 80, 45% of the white vote, and I don't never need the black vote. To nothing but, we ain't nothing but black voters. So it's like, you telling us to our face you don't need nothing.
I asked Lee.
Extortion attempt during the George Floyd aftermath. I was one of the most despicable and disgusting acts of cowardice that I've ever heard of, much less been a part of. And I'm confident once the people of this city get the context of some of this audio, it will not only show that I've been doing my job, but why I've been doing it with the passion of which I carry on. The doctored recording was made, and the meeting happened that some of you may have heard.
That's what I'm saying, folks. You're in a meeting, so why would you take a chance talking cheesy in a meeting where there's potential for someone to use the video against you? That shows you he's not thinking critical. He's not thinking with a big head.
Heard before I went into the middle of the George Floyd protests where we had asked for the community to come out.
Now, because I don't want to bore you with what I've played for you 1,000 times, this is the thing. Put a 7 in the chat room if you're catching what I'm catching here. He never tells the public in that press conference that he gave what was the extortion that Lee wanted. That's the brother that was on the news report that said, hey, he said he didn't need black people. What was the extortion? Was it money? Was it I want a position in your cabinet? Was it I'm going to tell what you did last summer or something like that? I'm going to tell the world that you are having an affair on your wife? I'm going to tell the world that you may be gay, or you using drugs, you're a crackhead. What was the extortion? Did anybody, if you heard him tell you, because I've been playing that video over and over again, I played it all the way through. Did anybody hear him by putting a 1 in the chat room? Did anybody hear Mayor Steven Reed say, what was the extortion? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We'll play. I'm waiting to see how long it's going to take for y'all to come up with the answer. Let's see. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see if I see any ones in there. What's going on, Misunderstood? So far, I haven't seen anybody in the chat room put a 1. You know why? Because that's right, Jill Chocolate Boutiques. She said no. That's correct. No, because he did not give you the evidence of what this man is extorting him for. You're the mayor of Montgomery, Alabama. You don't tell the people, hey, he tried to extort me for this. If a man's usually when people extort you, they want something, right? That's just that's just logic. They want something. Let's see. Yeah, extortion was just his imagination. Right. Just his imagination. Let's see what the definition is of extortion. Extortion, ladies and gentlemen, extortion is the practice of attaining something special like money through force, threat, use bribery and distortion to build himself a huge art. So distortion is the practice of attaining something from someone, such as money, by using force and threats. He never told you what Mr. Lee threatened to do to him. He never said whether he's threatened him for money or nothing. So how can it be an extortion attempt when he's never, and I combed through all the media about this, and nobody in the news has reported what the mayor said the extortion was. You see how he's just gotten himself caught up in a pickle, so he's going to make up stuff. Allegedly. I'm saying this allegedly, because maybe it'll come out in the end and we'll find out. The extortion claim is a deflection. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Chilling with Monica is just coming to house. Says he's disrespectful. Arrogance is all over the top of, yeah. I'm going to get ready to end the stream now, but I want to let you all know, I'll probably do this on Sunday, maybe Saturday. I've been looking into the situation in Mexico. Folks, I think black people should stay the hell away from Mexico. Sister Robinson's situation, Shaniqua Robinson situation has not been. I got to do another video about that because I did a video where I was under the impression that the person that was responsible for taking her life was arrested. You got Crump, ambulance chaser Crump out there saying that they still have got no justice. He's demanding that Joe Biden do something. Of course, they haven't done nothing. And then we find out that we got black folks going down to Mexico in these old border towns. You got to be careful with border towns. And we got black folks going into these foreign countries to get cosmetic surgery, to get a butt, breast enhancement, whatever it is. And then you got these cartels over there. And I'm sorry. I agree with Lindsey, whatever his name. I'm not a big politician fan, but I agree. They need to send the military into Mexico and eliminate these, in my opinion, eliminate these cartels. They need to send the military over there and do some rough shop. They need to do something. They need to come hard on Mexico. They're coming hard on everybody else. We got black folks traveling over there. They get captured. I think 2 were deleted. I'm going to be covering that story. I'm going to talk about that story. The whole situation is sad. Another incident where black people are in Mexico and something mysteriously happens to us. And we know the Mexican government ain't going to do a damn thing. They're not doing anything for Shaniqua Robinson or the United States government. You don't even hear it talked about in the news anymore. So I got to cover that one. I got to get into it. I think I may do it on Sunday. We get a bigger crowd over here. Got to do my research. Got to learn myself up on the case. But from what I've looked at, they got a serious, they've been have a serious problem over there. And when you are American and you travel, you are at risk. Same thing goes for the passport bros. When you're traveling out of America into these foreign countries, you're at risk for somebody to snatch you up. Just anything, because as Americans, people feel that we got money, that we're living rich, and that makes us an automatic target. And I'm sorry, when you're a black person, you're automatically a target anywhere you go in the world. And we keep talking as people of color and black and brown coalition. What happened to the black and brown coalition in Mexico? They didn't care about those black folks. They snatched them up, took people's lives, thinking that those people. Now, the news is trying to paint this picture that the cartel thought that those black people were running some type of criminal empire themselves. You see how they do that now already? The whole situation is horrible. But I digress here. I'm going to get ready to end the stream. I thank you. I hope that Mayor Reed is doing policies, as the brother asked about earlier. I hope his policies are helping black people, but he owes them an apology for the greasy words that came out of his mouth, caught on video, on audio. And I'm curious to know, Brother Steven Reed, since you're running for re-election, brother, let's talk now. What was Lee trying to extort you of? Was it money? Did he threaten you? Was he using force against you? What was it? You're making an accusation, so therefore, how about you file a legal lawsuit against him? Ha-ha! Let's see if that happens, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Y'all have a great night. Great audience here as always. Love you all. Peace and respect. Make sure you share this video on all your social media. Send it to your Facebook. Send it to your Twitter. All that good stuff. Put it in your community tab if you don't mind. I appreciate you all out there. Until then, this is the Information Man Show. I'll be back. You never know if I'll go live again. Maybe Friday night, Saturday night, or stick with the regular schedule, which is Sunday. And I'll be doing these regular Wednesday night shows on this channel. We calling this Tell the Truth Wednesday nights. Wednesday night, Tell the Truth. That's right.
Tell the truth.
So with that said, everybody, y'all take care. Peace to you. Peace to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Information is
man.
power.
Peace to the chat room. Peace to everyone that's listening in the bushes, and peace to everyone that watches the show on the replay. This is the Information Man Show, coming to you with truth and everything that's gonna blast your mind.
Tell the truth.
If you don't want to hear truth, this ain't the channel for you. To my critics, I'm gonna keep telling the truth like it is. We don't traffic in bullshit on this channel. We traffic in truth. And we're gonna get to it like this. The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
Peace. Yes. The Information
Tell
Man Show. You're gonna get truth. Truth.
Tell the truth.
We're gonna examine the issues. Critical thinking skills over here. Critical thinking skills. You got a lot of people on YouTube who do a lot of talking and jiving around. They don't do no research. They don't have critical thinking skills. Just talking, running around with their mouth. So no research. You've got people on YouTube that hide behind avatars. Just talking like that. Have no presentation, have no critical thinking skills, no research skills.
Tell the truth.
No program. Yes. Thank you again. This is the Information Man Show. Gonna give you the truth that you need to hear. Examine it and study it and realize that the truth is always out there. You're gonna get that truth.
Tell the truth.
Examination. News from a true black perspective. News from a true black perspective. Yes. Yes. Right.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Information is power.
Peace and love. Yeah.
Tell the truth.
Information is power. You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
I see your point blank travel. Thank you.
the truth.
Tell the truth.
Good night, everybody. Thank you again.